course, it's software just I'm going to ask you. Hi, everybody. Tonight I'm going to be looking at a video I've heard reference to. I've seen the data, and it is a video featuring the triumphant return to full glorious form of First Amendment auditor Glenn Cerio. And I'm hoping the audio is working okay. Kind of did a monkey around with the bits to try to basically I did the whole turn it off thing. Hopefully, it doesn't sound like I'm broadcasting from the bottom of an alien test lab, like in that crash flying saucer. And the crash flying saucer, the lead in was there because, frankly, I think Glenn Cerio might be from outer space, actually. My sound is bad. Okay, thank you, Jesse. Let me see if I can fix that. Here, here. And I am messing with the sound. Try this and that. And let's see, advanced options. Hopefully. Did that fix it? I don't know why the audio is crap. I thought I took the steps that fixed it yesterday before I went live. I guess I have to take the steps as I'm starting to broadcast, I suppose. That's very frustrating. Very annoying that the first minute is garbage. Well, that'll teach me to learn how to edit, I suppose, or I'll have to learn how to edit. So it's better, and you can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Like the old ad said. All right, it says yes. So great, thank you guys. So anyhow, I am going to try something a little new here, and so I'm glad there's a couple of you to tell me whether the sound is going anywhere or not. I'm going to be watching a little bit of Glenn Cerio. I really should have pulled some pictures of him so you could get the sort of, if you don't know who he is, you get the full impact of who this guy is. He's sort of I have a low opinion of First Amendment auditors to begin with, because the majority of them are just out there to stir up shit and cause trouble, and they really have no purpose other than that. And Glenn Cerio is that squared. He's just out there to offend people and to be offensive and just to be obnoxious. And he went to jail for a few days. One would think that a normal person would learn their lesson, but not Glenn. He is out and apparently up, right back to where he left off. And I am going to show you a video, and I will try to comment on it. This is part experiment to see whether this works or not. So I'm going to share the screen, or try to at least. Yep, there we go. There's that. And there's that. Let's switch these around so it looks a little better. All right, so the stains on the sidewalk, I'm hoping they're oil stains. I don't know. The setup here is that nearby Safeway, apparently there was somebody who was shoplifting or stealing from the store. They called the police. They gave a description of the thief, or the thief is on closed circuit TV as well, it sounds like. And the thief must have been a misshapen, horribly obese white guy. and misshapen. That is the way to describe Glenn Cerio. That's why I wish I'd gotten pictures of him, because he doesn't look like a normal fat guy. I mean, I don't even know quite how to describe him. His one saving grace is that, unlike another first minute auditor that showed up on my channel every so often, Jose Maria Toledo de Castro, Glenn isn't obsessed with filming himself. He does film constantly other things, and you just get to hear his voice. So I'm hoping you'll hear his voice once I start this video. Let me know if you don't. And I should make that bigger too once I start it. But mostly it's the sound that is important here, because Glenn, so the setup is somebody was stealing from a store. Some horrible, semi-human, just obese individual who more waddles than walks, has a horrible haircut, and is either wearing a Seahawks t-shirt and a beanie, or is dressed all in white. It depends on which cop comments on it. But apparently Glenn matches the description of the suspect, and he an Edmonds police cruiser has pulled up, and that's where the story starts, or the filming starts. And please note, we got all this sidewalk here, because it'll be important for what Mr. Cerio claims a bit later in the video. And I'm going to be skipping parts because I'm not going to, A, Glenn is very boring, and B, I don't want to steal his content. So here we go.
What's that?
Are you recording me?
I am.
Very good. What's your name?
What do you want to know?
Because you're being detained. You're not free to leave.
For what?
So the cop asks, "What's your name?" And Glenn says, "Why do you want to know?" Okay, well.
Okay, for theft. The people up here at Safeway said there's some action restriction.
So what I'm going to do here now, I'm going to tell you that you're illegally detaining me, and you're going to get sued.
Okay, that's fine. Why don't you sit down and buffer for me?
I'm not going to sit anywhere. Get your sergeant here.
Okay.
All right, so here, again, the cop says to Glenn, "Please have a seat on the bumper." And Glenn says, "No, I'm not going to sit on your bumper." That'll become important later, and you'll see why.
He's on his way.
Okay.
Okay, why don't you sit on the bumper?
I will not sit on the bumper.
Okay. What's your name?
Listen, you've made the biggest mistake of your life.
Okay.
You have no idea who you're talking to. You've approached the worst.
Okay, so cop asks, "What's your name? Who are you?" Glenn, genius that he is, says, is that better? "You have no idea who you're talking to." Because, well, that's a genius.
First, I'm not going to tell you, but
Okay.
you've made the biggest mistake of your life.
Okay.
And you are going to lose your job.
Okay.
If you could have picked out one of a million people, you've won the lottery.
Okay.
I'm not kidding. You've won the lottery.
Okay.
So you are going to find out the hardest way you know.
Okay.
And you're going to lose your job.
Okay.
And you're going to be invested by the FBI.
Okay.
He is going to be invested by the FBI. He's shaking his boots there, because you don't want to have an investigation. I don't know. I don't speak Glenn, so I don't quite know what he was trying to say there. You're going to be invested by the FBI. Yeah. Now again, Glenn is telling this officer how impressive he is and how he's going to rue the day he met the mighty Glenn Cerio, but still doesn't want to give his name. I don't understand. Maybe somebody can explain what the hell the reason for that is, because I do not get that.
Can I just ask you a couple questions?
No, you can't.
Okay, were you just up at the Safeway right now?
I'm not answering any questions.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so we're just gonna hang tight for my sergeant to get here. Okay, and then we'll figure out what's going on.
We can do whatever you want to do, but I'm telling you, I'm detained.
Yeah, he's detained because he won't tell the officer who he is. He won't cooperate with the officer. I've had some run-ins with police where I have been mistaken for a suspect. Once when I was, a couple times when I was working security. Once I was just driving around there, and all of those cases, just said who I was, said what I was doing, and I was on my way. There is one instance where it was truly a comedy of errors, where I went from suspect to crime victim to then suspect again. Okay. Name refusal, First Amendment, Fifth Amendment. Yes, okay, but why? He's not incriminating himself because he's not the shoplifter they're looking for. If he just says that, everybody goes on with their day, and he doesn't waste everybody's time. But then Glenn doesn't get to be an asshole, so that would be why.
I'm about to be arrested for nothing. This cop.
And the cop didn't say he was being arrested. If Glenn gets arrested, Glenn gets arrested because he's being an obstructive asshole, and he could just walk away if he would just be a reasonable human being.
I pulled me over for nothing. Oh man, if you could have won the lottery, you've won the lottery. You have won the fucking lottery.
Great laugh Mr. Cerio has. You're going to be hearing it on and off.
So we're just going to hang out now and wait for my sergeant to come up. And then we'll figure out what's going on at the Safeway. Sound good?
No, doesn't sound good.
Well, why not?
Sounds like you're an idiot.
You wanted my sergeant to come here.
And then after that, I'll ask for the lieutenant. And then after that, I'll ask for the captain. And then after that, I'll call Washington State Patrol. And then after that, I'll call the FBI.
Okay.
What does that sound like to anybody out there? To me, it sounds like an idiot, but I could be wrong. I'm going to go ahead and skip a little bit ahead because this just goes on with Glenn saying that you don't know who I am. You don't know who you're messing with. I'm a big man. He is a big man. He's quite wide. And so let's see. I am going to go to this section where some more police arrive, because this is actually, again, quite telling about Mr. Cerio and how he interacts with the world around him.
So don't touch me. Let's tell him who I am. Let's tell this.
So you see how the one Officer Wen here walks up, and he knew who Glenn was. Actually, it's in the header of the thing here. Eat. Glenn might well eat these poor officers. Detective Andy Mail and Officer Wen. Maglite used to intimate dead daylight. Okay, I don't know what that means. Standing on one's rights cannot be converted into a crime. You are allowed to be stupid. Yes, that is true. But what's the point of this? What is gained by his behavior here? I mean, who wins? What's the upside to him behaving this way? I don't see the upside.
This guy who I am. Let's inform this guy who I am.
Hey Glenn, so I know who you are.
Okay. Yeah.
So right now you just being detained because you have this description of the suspect. Okay.
And how do you know me?
Okay.
How do you know me?
All right. So hopefully you guys can hear what you hear the sound on the video, because Officer Wen here knows Glenn. My assumption was that he knew him because of Glenn being stupid at a police station and getting himself arrested last year. Or maybe it was last year. But no, it's actually far more hilarious than that. So I hope you can hear the sound.
apparently you made the biggest mistake of your life, and this guy, he's already acknowledging that. How do you?
Glenn, if you're watching his videos, he is very good at making very bad predictions, as you will see when Gwen here starts talking.
Know me. That's not the suspect.
Yeah.
How do you know me?
Hey, Glenn.
Yeah.
I came over to the store, okay?
Yeah.
I saw the picture.
Yeah.
Okay, so the picture, the person was wearing white clothing.
Oh, yeah?
Exactly what you're wearing right now.
Yeah.
How would you think?
Where'd you used to work?
White man. Well, it doesn't matter what.
Where did you used to work?
Listen, Glenn. Listen.
Did you work for Honeywell?
Yeah,
you did, didn't you?
And then what happened?
Yeah, you did. You cried like a little bitch to HR.
Because of what?
You cried like a little bitch to HR. Is what you did.
Okay, and then.
I'm a little Vietnamese guy from Vietnam, and he's attacking me. He's making fun of me. Oh yeah, you're a crybaby.
So, can anyone guess what Glenn might have been going on about with this little Vietnamese guy here? Quoting Glenn. Oh, I have people. Hello, Hank's Corner. Sorry, I am just mesmerized by Mr. Cerio here, interacting with these officers. And welcome, Dave. As I mentioned up front, this is me seeing once again whether I can use not StreamYards, whatever I'm using, rebroadcast, Restream, and whether people can hear and see what I'm hearing and seeing, and whether it all works. So yes, Hank, thanks for coming in. Dave, thanks for coming in. And of course, Jesse and ZXL. Let's continue on here.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So now you're gonna get reported.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
Oh yeah.
425-771.
Where's the sergeant? Where's the sergeant?
425-771.
Where's the sergeant? You fucking retard. You fucking retard.
We're done.
So, what's the point of that? What is the defense of rights in that? I don't think there is one. I don't see it. And yeah, one has to wonder how long he was employed. Probably not very long.
Yeah. On your way, bitch. On your way, bitch. You are dismissed, bitch.
That's something else that these First Amendment auditors love to do. They like to tell officers and other public employees, you are dismissed. And to then say, oh, you're doing the walk of shame. I'm sure Glenn will do that in a moment here. This is about where I got bored initially and skipped forward and had to go back because something's about to happen that is just so ridiculous that to me it just was mind-blowing that even Glenn Cerio can be this stupid. But why is it that these people are always going, you're dismissed, when the officers or whoever it is already walking away? They're clearly done with the jackasses. It's just another thing I don't get about these people. Oh, I guess he's not doing the walk of shame. I should have continued watching, I guess. Oh, hey, Dan. Whoops. Welcome, Dan. I'm just watching this Glenn Cerio video. I've seen bits and pieces of it, got bored and skipped around a bit, and now I'm just using it as an experiment here on my channel. So you guys have probably already, I think this is probably what you guys were commenting on earlier. I dropped in and out from your stream. Man, those clips you were showing were of some truly dumb people. Well, let's see. All right, so he's not going to say do the walk of shame. So 1 point in Glenn's favor, I guess. But, so remember, and if I'm yelling, I'm sorry. If the volume on the video is too loud, I mean, let me know, because I'm trying to figure out how to properly do this. But remember from the beginning of the video where the police car was parked, not on the curb, but one wheel was on the driveway. Glenn was walking from a small distance away, and he refused the officer's suggestion / offer to sit his broad butt down on the bumper. All right. So I just want to remind everybody that that was the opening of the video, because now this follows here.
Yeah, I was badly injured. One of your officers pulled in here, almost hit me with his vehicle, accused me of robbery 1 with deadly weapon, said I was wearing a gray Seahawks shirt, wearing a beanie, accused me of robbery. When he pulled in, he went on the curb, and I had to almost maneuver out of the way, and I ended up twisting my leg, my lower back. So I'm feeling a lot of pain right now. I'm not able to walk. I need an aid car.
How much of what he said there resembled the exchange that we just watched? I didn't see any of what he claimed that happened. The video that he had, I saw none of that. Did anyone else see it? If so, let me know in the side chat, because I can wind it back. I can look again. I did skip a part, but that's because it was just Glenn being stupid and repeating himself. So what did I miss? Or is Glenn just Glenn and full of shit? And how is this defending First, Fourth, or Fifth Amendment rights? Being so dumb that you lie about your own video.
So
now watch this.
Did you get the officer's name?
I couldn't get his name. His 2 initials in his name, I can't remember.
He has a video. He has a camera. He filmed it. We saw the officer's name as clear as day on his name tag. As the officer said when, I don't know if maybe I skipped past that. Oh, hey, Becca. Welcome, welcome. And maybe I skipped that part. I can't remember if it was in there or not, but Glenn asked at one point whether the officer's body cam is on, and the officer says he doesn't have a body cam. You're my body cam, he says to Glenn, because you're recording me. So he has the officer's name. He could look it up if he wasn't special, I guess, is the polite way to put it. Okay, well, then I won't take notes, the officer says. Now he's probably calling for an aid car. So they're wasting an ambulance on this guy.
Yeah. What's that? Okay, is there like a lieutenant so I can report that officer?
Yeah, so I'm a corporal, and my sergeant's also on trail.
Okay, and then 2 other officers showed up, and then Mitsui, I think his name is, and then Win knows me because we worked at aerospace together, and he was under me, and he did.
Someone's made this joke, I'm sure, already, because I also think Irish Demon played this tape based on. So if Wen was under Glenn, I don't think he'd be alive to be on the Edmonds police force. Again, if you haven't seen a picture of Glenn, you don't know what I'm talking about, but he makes me look fit and trim. So that's pretty astounding. And yeah, he's doing typical frauditer fake stuff and sue hoping for settlement. I wonder if PD has video. Well, it's all over YouTube. I mean, I'm repeating it here. Yeah. Old Glenn might remember that he's on probation. 5 days in jail apparently was not enough for Glenn. I wonder what his terms of probation are. I cannot believe anyone has been under Glenn in any way. Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea what Glenn could have possibly been doing at Honeywell, but it is mind-blowing to consider him in any kind of supervisory position.
Confirmed that on the video that he knows me and we had a past. So there's a past history there where he made some false claims to the corporation, and so he did lie, and he wrote a letter.
This is the guy that just lied to the officer about what he himself recorded on this afternoon where this is taking place, and then posted his first video and then his video in which he lies to YouTube. I think probably Wen has a lot more. Englishing is hard for me today, apparently. I put a lot more stock in anything Wen would have to say than Glenn.
Letter to corporate. So I'll be reporting him too. Mitsui, he kind of just walked away. He didn't do nothing. He kind of knew what was happening. He knew I wasn't the suspect.
Yeah, what did Wen say when he pulled up? He told the officer that first approached Glenn. He told him he's not the guy. Those weren't exact. I don't think those were not his exact words, but that's what he told him. So everyone on the scene knew Glenn was not the guy, and everyone on the scene was disengaging, except the rotund wonder. Maybe continue his search for all the black women. I think I missed something in Glenn's catalog, because I don't know that reference, but I will have to try to go looking for it. Meanwhile,
What are you saying that Officer Wynn did?
Sorry, what?
What did Officer Wynn do?
Wynn and me have a history at another company before he became.
What about today? What are you reporting today?
So I'm reporting his demeanor, his aggression, and he lied on the camera about our past, like you said.
what aggression? He came out of his car carrying a maglite. That's aggression in the tiny little mind of Glenn Cerio. I guess. I mean, if I play on, maybe he'll say that, since he mentions it in the video title. When maglite used to intimate daylight. I think I mentioned this or hinted at this a couple of times. In a past existence, it seems almost, I actually worked security, and I love the maglites because they shone forever. And yeah, you could, if you needed to, you could use them to bang on a block that was stuck or whatever. They're nice tools, but they're a pain in the ass to kind of have. And so maybe he had it on his seat next to him. He picked it up and he was carrying it, and then he put it in the little holder that it goes on, the hook. So yeah, this is Glenn once again just lying and making up crap.
That
What do you say?
he made some false claims to the corporation, saying that I talked about his heritage, his Vietnamese heritage. Said I'm a racist. Made a lot of claims to HR. Not a very credible person. Not someone to swear an oath to a constitution.
So he said Glenn was a racist. Didn't Glenn record himself being a racist during that encounter? Excuse me. With Wen? Why, yes, he did. I can wind it back and we can watch it again if people really want to. But once again, seems like Wen was accurately describing or hinting at his past relationship with Glenn, and Glenn is, again, just lying because that's what he does. And you know how daylight affects mushrooms. Yeah. It's from his police officer Youssef doing. Oh, okay. I'll check that out. So let's see here.
The lies he made and the stuff he did was real.
Okay, the officer asked, "What did he do today? What is it that you are complaining about he did today?" And because Glenn's a liar, he made some lame noise about aggression and then goes back into spinning tales about their past, which this guy, Officer Borst, his name makes me kind of hungry. Officer Borst doesn't care about. And now Officer Borst is realizing that he's talking to an idiot.
Do anything? Did he tell you? Did he say anything to you today?
Yeah, he got belligerent. He did tell the other officer that I'm not the suspect, but he got real belligerent and kind of like was yelling and kind of like he wasn't happy. He wasn't, you know.
I played most of. Actually, I played all of Glenn's interaction with Glenn. Where was the yelling? Where was the belligerence? There a little bit of irritation because Glenn wouldn't let him tell Glenn, "You're not our suspect. I've seen a picture." But again, he's just making up crap that his own video disproves. It's ridiculous.
Which leg is it?
Oh yeah,
That's my left leg.
that's exactly what he's thinking. I don't get paid enough for this crap. I don't think that any of those good auditors are on YouTube. If they are, I haven't located them. Please put a comment, put a link to one of these good auditor channels, and I will be happy to check it out. Auditing the auditors seems to be a good one. That's the closest I've seen. I've seen one that I've seen a video from one, just, and I don't even remember where I came across it, who audited the area around the building in which I work, which he just walked around, checked out the security perimeter, and nobody bothered him because he was not being an asshole. He was not trying to cause a scene. So, that's probably a decent auditor. See, proving his rights to film, to be a quote journalist. But the ones on YouTube that I've come across, not a single one of them is what I would think of as a good auditor. But I'm happy to have my mind change. If somebody wants to give me some links in the chat, or once this video, if you last this long into the video, once put it in the comment section down below, I will definitely go check out those channels. Let me see. Now there's a guy in a truck here they're talking to. I'm going to skip a bit because Glenn is boring. But his left leg apparently is horribly, horribly mangled. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about Ironton Auditor. I haven't actually seen any of his auditing videos. That's why I actually didn't. He didn't pop into my head. I should go check him out. I've seen him on David's channel, Sovereign Mind, Unchained Soul. I think that's what he goes by. I've seen him as a panel member and them talking about various things, but I haven't actually seen anything of Ironton Auditor. So thanks for reminding me about him, Dan. I will check him out. And let me see if I can get us past boring stuff. Oh, here we go. Glenn lying again.
Not too good. One of the officers almost collided with me and almost hit me with his patrol vehicle, and I almost stumbled and hurt my. I stumbled and I hurt my leg and my lower back, and
I almost stumbled. Oh, wait, no, not almost. I stumbled and I hurt my leg and my lower back. Yep, sure you did.
I can't. I'm having trouble walking.
Where were you at when it happened?
Right there, right where that pole is. He pulled onto the sidewalk. I thought he was going to run me over. He accused me of robbery, one with deadly weapon.
There was an edit in here. Glenn kind of skipped some things. Did I miss him being accused of robbery 1 with a deadly weapon? I did not hear him say that. Not in the video that I've seen. So again, Glenn is lying, it seems like.
What would you like us?
I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital and get. I can't walk.
Okay, so let's see. We are here at 11:29. So we'll go back here. Let's go all the way back. All the way back.
Are you recording me?
What's that?
Are you recording me?
I am.
Very good. What's your name?
What do you want to know?
Yes, he can't walk. Can't walk at all. And let's see here.
Who am I talking to?
You have no idea what's about to happen to you. You have no idea the amount of people that are going to come to that police station and surround that police station.
Is that a threat? I wonder if that's a threat. I wonder if that has anything to do with Glenn's
So don't touch me.
probation.
Let's tell him who I am.
All right. So he didn't move during those other charts. Charts? Yeah, that's what Glenn is doing. He's sharding. But he certainly moved here. Somehow he moved away from where he got almost run over, sort of got run over, didn't get run over, whatever his story keeps changing to. But let's go back to where we left off with Glenn lying his fat ass off.
I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital and get. I can't walk.
All right, we can grab our bed and bring it over, okay?
Okay.
How'd you walk over to here?
I limped. I've been limping. I can limp, but it hurts.
Yeah, can you limp? Let's look over here.
Yeah. How did you walk over here? You can't walk. I limped. Meanwhile, there's a real emergency out there that this vehicle from South County Fire is not able to respond to because they're dealing with this bullshit.
I don't really want to hurt it any more than it is.
Okay.
I don't want to do any more damage than what's. How's it going?
Yeah. So, hey, I know you explained about partner, but what happened with the officer?
So I was walking southbound on 99.
Here we have yet another version of the lie, I'm sure. We're going to see it change a little bit. See, as delusional as the most powerful force. Actually, Glenn makes Cholito look good. That's how bad Glenn is. Glenn makes Cholito look sane and intelligent. If you just watch bits and pieces of him. And yeah, ZXL Master has a lot of nice nice little promotional videos for a whole bunch of different channels. And if Glenn jumped out of the way, Glenn just jumped, period. It would set off the mega earthquake. Southern California would be gone, Seattle would be leveled. I would be living at the waterline. with wonderful beachfront property for the 3 sunny days of the year that Washington has. Yeah.
And he literally
This side or that side?
This side right here.
Okay, gotcha.
And he literally like flipped a U-turn and got right where that white truck is.
Okay.
And almost hit me with his vehicle. He got out and said, "You're a suspect for robbery 1 with deadly weapon."
Can you go back to the beginning again to show that exchange that they had? He did not say anything about robbery 1 with a deadly weapon.
Wearing a gray Seahawks sweatshirt.
So that's you, or
yeah,
are you talking to somebody else?
Me. He accused me of robbery 1 at a store. Okay. I told him, "You got the wrong guys. It's the worst day of your life. You've won the lottery. You don't know who I am." And he wouldn't back off.
I don't know if you noticed the sergeant's grin when Glenn was saying, "You've won the lottery if you don't know who I am," because this guy knows who Glenn is. I guarantee it. And yeah, it would.
He was holding his gun. He wanted me to put my hands on the hood of his car. He wanted me to.
He said, "Put your fat ass on the bumper." He didn't say anything about putting the hands on the hood of his car. Again, Glenn is just lying. If Glenn could remember his lies, he could use the bit that the officer said, "Have a seat on my bumper," to back up his, "Oh, I hurt my leg" story. But no, he's got to elaborate his lies because he's too dumb to keep them straight.
To sit on his bumper. I refuse. He wanted me to identify myself.
Okay. All right, he did say that sit on his bumper, but he didn't say anything about putting his hands on the hood. He said sit on the bumper. So once again, Glenn is just lying.
On the hood of his car, he wanted me to sit on his bumper. I refuse. He wanted me to identify myself. I refuse. He said I'm being detained.
Was there another guy that he was with? I thought he was on a shoplift call.
He said something about robbery. Said I was wearing a gray Seahawks sweatshirt.
Can you see your hips this way a little bit?
This way?
No, to your right.
Towards the top.
Scoot your hips all the way over there. There you go.
Oh my God, he's in such pain now. Oh, whoa.
Are you recording this?
I am.
Is there a reason?
I was threatened by an officer, and I'm going to take him to court.
All right, let me back up here a bit, because if I saw what I think I saw, Glenn is a sick man in many different ways. Not really enough to see, but if these are ankles that basically are so swollen that there are no ankles, man, that's not a good sign for Glenn.
Are you recording this?
I am.
Is there a reason?
I was threatened by an officer, and I'm going to take him to court. I'm going to sue him.
So,
I'm not recording you, it's more the officers.
alright, so once they're gone, you're stopping recording?
Exactly.
Alright.
All right, the rest of this is probably just heavy breathing. I don't know if anyone really wants to hear Glenn breathe heavily. I know I don't. So, although I had the subtitles going on this, and I don't know if you can see that, but the subtitles consider Glenn's heavy breathing music. So maybe we should listen to it.
Alright, so once they're gone, you're stopping recording?
Exactly.
Alright.
Yeah, that's music, all right.
10/6/1986.
All right. Yeah, so there we go. That was the grand return of Glenn Cerio. I don't quite know what to say beyond that. And I completely forgot to, let's see if I can actually get, there we go. And I totally forgot, because I was so enthralled by Glenn, to do this. Where'd it go? There it is. Should have invited someone else up to make comments, but I totally spaced. That was not me being selfish. That was just me being dumb. That was me being me. Anyhow, I don't know what his probation is, the terms of his probation are. I don't know any of that stuff. But I do know that he didn't learn anything from his little experience with the court system late last year. He is too dumb to spin good lies, it seems, because his own recording didn't back up what he was claiming. Again, unless I missed something in that recording, I'm just kind of flabbergasted. And I'm finding myself to be just a tiny bit speechless. Anyhow, that was me reacting to Glenn, and now I've pinned a message. I don't know how I keep doing that, but let's see. Oh, all right, yeah, okay. That's not a bad pinned message. I guess we'll leave it there. So yeah, that's it. Maybe we'll get a video of Glenn's adventures at the hospital. Maybe he'll come up with a reason to sue them too. But there it is. Oh, someone wants to come up and visit. I like that. Hello.
Hello, mate. How are you doing?
There we go. I think that works for your setup. So, did you guys already run this video on your channel? Is that what you were doing earlier?
Yeah, that was part of it, and then we went off on a lovely lady called Reagan Benson.
I was in and out on that one, and like I said in the side chat, I felt my brain cells withering away watching her.
Oh yeah.
Maybe okay, because am I getting the wrong impression here? And I decided, well, probably not.
No, trust me, I had to listen to all that twice, and so did Becca, because we do all the research. And yeah, no.
So, did I miss anything in Glenn's video? Because I did not see anyone saying you are accused of robbery 1 with a deadly weapon.
No one did. He was just accused of simple theft.
Yeah, that's what I heard. And then when the first thing Wen did when he pulled up said, "This isn't the guy," words to that effect. So it's interesting how he immediately getting back, and he's back on the horse, poor animal, and he's spinning lies like he did before.
It's Glenn.
Yeah. Although at least before, I don't think he taped himself in the situation that he then lied about that quickly, or maybe he did and I just missed it. Because,
yeah, he taped himself going off on the whole racial abuse thing, using the N-word and everything.
Yeah, I saw that because it ended up on the news around here, where he confronted. I don't know where this officer was, but it was just an officer in a patrol car, and he was being just horribly racist toward this guy. It was amazing to watch. And then Glenn later on was saying, "Oh, that's not me. That's not me." Well, The voice is unmistakable. The tee hee, I can't do his laugh, for which I am eternally grateful. Eternally grateful. Now I'm doing Glennisms. And yeah, I keep getting this going on here. There we go.
When you
Oh,
want to get rid of a message that you pinned up, if you click on the same message in the chat, you can get rid of it.
Oh, okay. Okay. And yeah, Becca says hello. Let me see if I can. But oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to go look up Ironton Auditor because, like I said, until you guys mentioned it, I didn't. It's right there in the name, Ironton Auditor. I just never, because I see him as Dave's, on Dave's channel, but that's really all where I've seen him.
Yeah, he does these
Yep.
huge long streams because he lets you're basically with him the entire night. He's out looking for police interactions and all the rest of it, and he's
Okay.
got you with him in the car the whole way, and he natters to you as he drives around Ironton.
Okay. Well, and that's the right way to do it. You find a situation and then you tape it. At least I would think that's the right way to do it.
Well, I don't know anybody on the opposite side of the community from the auditors who has a problem with Terry. Just no one does. Everyone likes him. He's a really nice, pleasant guy. I've spent many hours nattering to him.
Okay. Yeah, seeing him on Dave's channel, that has been my impression of him too. That seems to be a funny guy. And we talked about the hoax videos that he did already.
Yes, that was just one of the
that
best ever
alone
hoaxes.
That makes me love the guy just by itself. So yeah, I followed Glenn's trial via Tella Klein's channel where she was reporting on it, and
yeah,
he claimed to be off in Alaska, claimed to be off in all these other states, so he couldn't come to trial. Claimed to have a job. Maybe he did have that job. Maybe that was a job at Honeywell he was referring to. Oh, that seems like
I
it
don't
must have
think
been.
he had that for long.
No. But he has thousands of subscribers. That's the part that gets me. That unless he buys
He
them,
got a lot of clout by being on more well-known auditors shows and stuff. He used to do that, and he built up a lot of his subscriber base that way.
Okay, and I guess he was also part of the riots we had around here, and he probably got some subscribers from that, got some fame from that, got himself pepper sprayed, and I think he was in the lobby of one of the buildings near where I work, causing a ruckus one day with a bunch of the other protesters. So probably that's where he got some subscribers from. But he's one of those guys I almost, part of me actually almost worries about him and for him, just because the path he's on. To me, if it's not just a complete act, it's like Chile. It's gonna, they're gonna self-destruct one of these days. Is what I'm afraid of. And unfortunately, someone else is gonna be, an innocent bystander.
I don't think he's anywhere near as dangerous as Chile. But then he hasn't built as much of a network around him as Chile has.
Yeah. Chile actually has a better personality. I think that's the only way to describe it.
But he also has a network of side characters who are just as nefarious and bad as Chile are, who are there supporting him. Like delete those clips, rights on, all these kind of disgusting excuses for humans.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't know where delete clips had come from. I don't know if it was on your channel or somewhere else, but someone made the comment that it was like a redemption arc. It was like a little story that was spun around him as he came onto Chile's side.
That was Chile's story. That's not true.
Okay.
Delete those clips is a vile, disgusting human being. part of the reason we're still up is we've just finished doing all the research and gaining his criminal history. There's a lot.
Okay. So what day is that going to be on, or do you know yet?
That'll be on later today.
Oh, today. Okay. All right. I better have a very quiet day at work so I get to watch get to watch this stream
Yeah, no
live.
problem.
'Cause
If you
that,
drop us an email through the channel email, Steve, we'll send you the documents in case you want to review them.
okay. All right. Yeah, you know what? I would be interested in doing that. I shall. And that, yes, actually, I saw that on your page just today, I think. So, yeah, expect
Yeah,
that.
it's on there. So, and
Yeah, it'll come.
Becca's the one that answers the emails, so she knows, and she'll dump in the files and that, so that if you want to review his stuff, you've got all the information there to be able to do it.
Okay. Yeah, it'll come from Steve Miller Mail is the cleverly named email address I use.
Oh, how is it so clever? Welsh News Network at gmail.com.
Yeah, what I've actually about speaking of that delete laws delete laws clips, what I found personally fascinating is originally I looked at okay, Chile wants to cash in on the upcoming monetization of shorts. All right, makes sense. And then it becomes his backup channel where he's moving things over to that, where he gets too obnoxious, and so he moves the thing over to delete laws clips, which sort of defeats the purpose of the channel, it seems to me. But what do I know? I only have 300
They
subscribers.
can't make enough money off the monetization of shorts. Their shorts aren't popular enough.
Yeah. What is it, like 10 million views before they count? It's
Yep.
Yeah,
and
you
they're
have
not
to
getting
be
those numbers.
right. I can't imagine they ever would, frankly.
But
Personally,
delete laws, Chile gets half the profit that's made by delete laws clips.
oh, is that the deal that they have him and
Colin,
operator of the channel?
Yeah.
Supposed to operate the channel. Interesting. Okay. So, and Colin does the editing of the videos, I assume.
Yep.
And all that stuff.
He's also the one. Chile's been, if you notice, has been doing a lot of these where he shows other people's contents, them being abused by police officers. Colin is the conduit that feeds them to Chile.
Oh, okay. So he does. So he goes out and finds videos for Chile to use. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to have an assistant. How does one get one of those?
Just have no morals and no sense of decency, apparently.
Yeah. Wow. How did I turn off? I have turned off chat somehow.
Oh.
I am a very special person. Oh, here we go. I didn't turn it off. I hit it, so I just could not. I just could not see it. There we go. So, did that work? There, in case someone else wants to come up and say hi. All right. So somebody actually asked, like, 2 can buy subscribers. Yeah, except I'd much rather not.
Yeah, don't. It's a major TOS violation.
Oh yeah, that's what I've heard too. That it's something. Yeah, that and what was that phrase I saw people using? Sub for sub or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I understand.
You shouldn't put that up.
Oh yeah, never would. Should
Also,
put this up.
Having a backup channel is also a TOS violation, by the way.
Oh really?
Yep.
Well, that's interesting because YouTube itself made me an offer of I could have a what they were calling what do they call it? Basically a second channel, a professional channel or whatever they were calling it, official channel.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because
that's to replace the one you're currently using.
Okay. Oh,
if I buy off you.
If I buy some sort of ad plan or something. Okay.
You buy premium and all the rest of it. Yeah, it's a way they have of making money off you.
Okay. All right. Here I was going, oh my, that appeals to my ego. They know I'm a writer and with books and print. It's okay. Well, no, sure. Burst my bubble.
There's a simple rule of thumb. YouTube is Google. Google only cares about one thing: profit.
Yeah. What is this? According to Asia, Europe recently had a Lev. I don't know what that means. Maybe a typo? I don't know. You can tell us. Okay. Somebody had a live stream about chili buying. She had a live stream, I guess. The channel,
Yeah.
according to Asia.
Yes.
I was reading that like a sentence, not a channel name. All right, now I understand. Oh,
Yeah, she
yeah.
did. He's been buying a lot.
Okay,
The
here we go.
easiest way you can spot if someone's buying is that their subscriber count will go up in about the same time every day by about 100.
I'll have to keep an eye on that because I've been noticing that his channel has been growing steadily, and it doesn't seem like he's changed his content all that much. In fact, his attempts at this is again me personal, and I could not maybe not understanding fully, but his attempts at educating that's just the usual nonsense that he's been putting out. And I will
Yeah.
admit I have a hard time getting through his videos. I have to skip chunks, so maybe I'm missing the brilliance. I don't think so though. No, okay.
No.
Okay.
And he said on, what was it, September the 26th, 2002, on January 31st, 2023, I will show people that we have done to quadruple or make this, the numbers here 10 times as large, 10 times as large. If we don't have success with what I'm doing right now, then everything I think I know is wrong. So we're going to find out. We're going to find out. At the time he said that, he had 50,000 subscribers. He has neither quadrupled it or times it by 10. So I guess he's going to now publicly admit that everything he thought was right was wrong.
I wouldn't hold my breath. I would say he's memory holing. Yeah. Oh.
And that is another way you can watch. If you look at how many subscribers he has compared to video views he has.
Yeah. Yeah. Although part of me is thinking, I don't know if I like that metric because right now, like I said, I'm hovering around 300,000. 300,000, I wish. 300 subscribers, and I get maybe 30 people watching most videos. So
about 10%. Yeah, that's not far off. That's about possibly.
Okay, I thought that was a ratio.
Well, that's what it should be.
Oh, okay, all right.
That kind of numbers. We'll put it this way: we were getting about the same, but now we're up to just over 800. We will get on an average show. We'll get somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 views.
Oh my!
By the time it's done. So.
Yeah, I actually think it's very neat the way and it's well deserved. I go to your channel, and your subscriber count has grown. Like every day, or every other day I go there, you've got 10, 15 more subscribers, and that is very cool. And that is, as I said, very well deserved because you guys have an entertaining panel every time.
Well, I think we get lucky. A, I've got a good panel, and B, we stream for so long. People can come in, catch 10 minutes, go away for an hour, and catch another 10 minutes when they come back. We're still there.
Yeah, that's me. Because I sit down, all right, I'm going to watch. Oh, no, I'm not. I got to go do stuff. And then I come back.
We have a lot of viewers like that.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's nice to see everyone come in.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have a nice setup there. And like I've said before, I'm amazed at your stamina because I ended up doing, by accident, essentially 3.5 hours the other night. Actually, you guys came for part of it, right?
Yeah, the artwork.
Yeah. I'm just going over covers and being sarcastic about the developments in the game hobby. I didn't realize how long it would take for me to get through those. I think it's like 110 or so releases. So by the time I was yeah. But yeah, that since it was just one big exercise in sarcasm.
Yeah.
And I was into it, I was so far and I went, all right, I'm devoted to this bit. I'm just gonna have to keep going until I'm done. And like, I think one person stuck it out all the way through, and she deserves a medal.
I think I had to log off at about halfway through, I think it was.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I'm looking at that, and well, in my mind, I'm thinking that would be a point for me to use to learn how to edit, because there are chunks of that stream that actually are kind of sort of vaguely interesting. Because I do go in to talk about a little bit of the history of the comics that we reprinted and things like that. So some of it's probably salvageable.
It was a good stream. It's just I had other things I had to do.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I did not like myself the next morning. I had to drag myself out of bed and went, oh, why did I do this?
And it kills the throat talking for that many hours on your own.
Yeah,
Because before I had the panel, I used to do it on my own. And when you start getting that 3-4 hour mark, oh, is your throat letting you know?
yeah. Oh, that was me too. That when it's about 2.5 hours in, I was going, all right, I need to wrap this up. And I, for the one person that was there, okay, yeah, I'm not going to tell you who the artist is. I'm not going to talk a lot about this. I'm just going to make a joke and move on. Yes. Yeah, the throat was not happy with me at all. Oh, Donald Morrison is stopped in. Hey, Donald, welcome, welcome. And he says, news last night. AFA has posted the Connecticut plan to change videoing in public is DOA. Okay. Oh,
It's
yeah.
the pushback against the frauditors.
Yeah, okay. Yep, I remember now.
Or one of them. There's about 6 states who are pushing to have anti-frauditor laws put on the books to curtail First Amendment rights because of how these people are behaving.
Yeah. Yeah, they're ruining it for everybody, basically, by being asses.
They're achieving the exact opposite of what they wanted. Their stated goal is to get everybody more First Amendment rights. Now, what's going to happen is sooner or later, First Amendment's going to get chopped down a bit for everyone because of these idiots.
Yeah. Actually, one thing that I continue to wonder about them is maybe it's just California. I haven't investigated it, and I need to get around to it. Couldn't people sue them for misappropriating their image? Because they go out, they photograph you or me. We say, "Don't take my picture," and then it's up on YouTube, and they're commercially exploiting my image, and they're not giving me anything for it. California has laws against that.
It gets complicated because when you're out in public, you have no reasonable expectation of privacy.
That is correct.
So that kind of complicates it as well. And to be honest, what's needed is for the DAs to have a bit more of a spine. And there are currently rules on the books, laws that they could enforce. God's sake, start pressing charges against them.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Jesse, I'm going to ban you from my channel. How dare you say that?
We know sound like chili.
Yeah. No, you're right. But it's just one of the and well, I guess it'd also be the expense of hiring attorneys and all the other nonsense. It's probably not worth it for the average person.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's just the harassment of it that gets me.
Yeah. That's the part I don't understand. That why would anybody want to go out there and be a jerk? I mean, the video we watched with Glenn.
Money. Money.
Yeah.
That's simple. It's money. Look, if they went out there and they didn't harass the police, they were just pleasant to the police officers and talked to them like they were human beings, no one would watch.
Yeah.
Whereas if they go out there, provoke a fight with the police, everyone tunes in to watch their channel, so they get ad revenue.
Yeah, maybe I just have, well, what I think of more self-respect than that, because I just
Yes.
I mean, plus I also have this. My basic philosophy is, even though maybe it doesn't come across YouTube channel, but it is. I try to treat people the way I would want to be treated,
Yeah.
and I certainly would not want people to just film me for. And then when I ask why are you filming, they're just rude.
Yeah.
Because why not just have a conversation? If you're a journalist, you should be interested in having conversations rather than saying I don't answer questions.
Yeah.
Even if it is a cop that's asking you.
Yeah. I mean, if someone was filming me in public, I don't really care because I do this. Plenty of people have seen this ugly mug, so this doesn't
Yeah,
bother me. But I
yeah,
would be kind of interested in, well, why are you filming me? Not because I want to stop you. I'm just genuinely curious of why.
yeah,
Tell me why. I'm just going to go, okay, I might even pose for you.
yeah,
Especially if you're
and
taking the piss out of me, I might find that funny.
yeah, and a lot of these, again, it goes back to what you're saying. They're not interested in actually journalism or anything other than views. But some of those, when they go into post offices, like Glenn used to love to do, some of those confrontations start with the person just seems genuinely curious. They're not being
Yeah,
confrontational. They're not being aggressive. They're just going, "Oh, why are you filming? Or are you filming me? Why are you filming?" And then it's when they get the I'm not gonna, I don't answer questions or whatever non-response they get, and then people start getting annoyed, and that's fully understandable in my opinion.
yeah.
Uh, and let's see, ZXL, the detail is that it depends on where you stand while recording. First Amendment protects your right to free press in all public forums. Yeah,
Uh,
well,
you've got to be careful with that one because you also have limited public forums where no, that right can be curtailed completely. It's all there's again, you're getting into quite nuanced bits of the law, which is why the DAs all run away from it.
yeah, yeah. And again, from what little research I've done, a lot of the First Amendment auditors, where they seem to fall down when they're doing their post office shtick, when they're doing their police station lobby shtick, and everything else, they like to quote, um, that it's open to the public.
Yeah,
Yes, but that doesn't mean that whoever is managing that place is open to the public can't set rules for what you can and cannot
yeah.
do. Uh,
And
and
police stations, post offices are typically limited public forums and also have poster sevens up,
yeah,
which specifically tell you you cannot film there.
yeah,
And usually the reason for that is because people are handing over personal information at those places and they don't want you recording it.
yep. Yep. And poster 7, they never finish that paragraph that they like to read because the paragraph says, yeah, you can film if you have permission from the postmaster or some other authority.
Yeah,
Okay. Where's the permission? And that's one reason why this is, again, me speaking from past job experience. One reason why you ask, oh, you're a journalist? Who are you with?
yeah,
Because trying to check that the person has permission to film before you ask them to get out. Because you need to know so you can look into it. But they don't have permission, so therefore they can't answer the question. That and they want to have the confrontation. Um, let's see. Gray's here. Postmaster General put out a letter telling employees what not to do. And what happens is the employees don't read the letter. Well, yeah,
yeah.
that's
No one reads the instructions or the letters from either side.
yeah,
But you've got to be careful with that letter because that letter has also been edited. It doesn't say what people think it says. It says, whilst the staff have no right to privacy, the customers do.
right.
So if there's
Yeah,
customers in there, that changes it. And also, if the customers are upset about being filmed, that changes it.
yep,
Yeah, time, place, and manner.
yeah, exactly, exactly. But it is 1 a.m. here, and I need to be smart. I don't need to be like the other night where I stayed up way too late. So So I'm going to have to wrap it up here, and I really do appreciate you guys coming out and commenting. And again, I appreciate you coming up, Dan. It's always
Oh, no
nice
problem.
to
Lurking around in the background.
yeah. And yeah, some Friday or Saturday, I will have to come onto your channel and blather on
Well,
about something.
you are more than welcome. We'd love to.
Okay, yeah.
It would make a pleasant change from the idiots.
Oh, let me just again comment on your stream this afternoon, or this evening rather. You had Witch something. What's her name?
Oh, Witch of Heart.
Yeah, yeah. You had her on there, and she took off her sweater, and then for her hair, you couldn't see that she was wearing a tank top. And somebody made a joke about it later on, but as soon as she took that off, I went, "Oh my god, does she know her camera still?" Yeah, yeah. Does she know her camera is still on? What is she doing? What went through my head when she did that?
It's Witch. It could have been 50-50 either way. She wouldn't have cared one way or the other, I don't think. She's a great laugh and a great personality.
Yeah, you have a good lineup of people, definitely. And I think though that her sound was off for at least half of your stream, because I seemed like I popped in there and I saw her mouth moving, but nothing was, no sound was coming out.
No, we kept having to mute her because she doesn't shut up.
Okay. Becca, we love Witchy. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
do, but yeah, she doesn't have an off button.
But yes, that was first. I was, oh my god, she doesn't know her camera is on.
The best part is her fella was in the chat as well, and he hadn't noticed.
Oh.
That's why we brought a full screen and everything, and we're just taking the piss.
Okay. Because you did that a couple of times. She snapped him to show that, yeah, I've got something on underneath. And then you took her full screen, and then she took her down. Then she snapped, and you put her back up. But yeah, the
usual madness.
Yep. Yeah. So anyone that's watching this, if you haven't been to Welsh News Network, you really need to go and check out their recordings over there, because they are fun.
Well,
and
we try to have.
Yeah, and actually, I'm even feeling my voice get a little sore now after just an hour and 20. So, thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, well, welcome. We love coming up and seeing what you're up to.
Oh, drop URL for your guest, CXL says. Yeah, that's a good point. Let me find your channel. Just give me a second, because now I'm going to show my technical ineptitude. Or if you can drop it in chat real fast, probably.
Oh, God. Now you're assuming I have it. I really should write it down.
Let's see. Welsh. Here we go. I'm finding it. Oh, I see. I misspelled it at one point. Like you're welching on a bet rather than. Here we go. I have it. No, I do not have it. I have it. No, I do not have it. I have it. No, I do not have it. Here we go. Someday I will get these YouTube habits down, and I believe that is the right URL. There's probably an easier one.
Yeah, that's the right one.
They gave us those nifty handles to use.
Yeah, I've never used it once yet.
Yeah, I've made one, but I can't quite figure out how to use it because tech. But all right, guys.
Becca.
Yeah. CXL
Every
Master
channel needs a Becca.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, there is a friend of mine, Stan, that is trying to get us to team up, or so we can do some joint streams. And I need to figure out what's wrong with my sound, because I had the same problem today I had the other night. But thankfully, Jesse pointed out to me 30 seconds in that I was sounding like crap, rather than what did it take, 20 minutes the other night before I finally fixed it? 16 minutes, something. But
something like that. I must admit, I'm not familiar with Restream. I'm not familiar with this one at all.
Yeah, I tried to fix the problem before, as I was going live tonight, by essentially turning the sound on and turning it off and turning it on again, but it didn't fix the problem. So I need to do it as I'm already live, it seems. But I will
If
figure
you're
that out.
crafty, you know when you start to go live, if I don't know if you have an intro or anything. Yeah, you do. Do it
Yep.
while your intro's running.
You know, that is so obvious that it might just work, and I never would have thought of it. Yeah.
I've learned from experience. It's pure experience of, oh yeah, we can do shit while the intro's running.
Yeah. Okay. I will have to try that next time I'm doing this. Yes. Let me write that down so I don't forget, because like small brain will forget. All right, guys. Thank you again. I am going to call it a night, and we'll see you all next time. And hopefully I won't get copyright struck or something, because that's I've never tried using anyone else's footage before, so we'll see what happens.
You did it the right way. You talked enough on it. You interrupted it. If they do copyright strike you, it's dead simple to respond. And if you don't want them to have your address details and that, drop us an email and I'll give you a link to a lawyer who, for $2, will act as the address for you.
Oh, really?
So they don't get your personal details. They just get the lawyer's details.
Oh, that's worth having. Okay, if that happens, certainly, yeah. But no, what I was doing actually, and what you just said, that reflects kind of what I'd heard other people say, what I'd kind of read up on a bit. That seemed like and copyright, trademark, that sort of stuff. I've been dealing with it on and off for the last 30 years, so I have a general understanding of it. So I think I'll be okay. Even if they strike, I will be able to.
Transformative, and that's the standard it's got to meet. So there you go.
All right, that's what I figured. Okay. Oh, 833 subs at your channel now, ZXL says.
Okay. That's gone up a bit.
Yeah. All righty. Thank you again, and I will see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye. Wrong hand. There you go. Bye. Let's see. And I shall push button number 1.